Welcome back, everyone, to Midwest Dynasty Kings podcast. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know how we do it, man. I'm a little jumpy on the camera. All right, uh, y'all know how we operate. I got my boy here. He's gonna do the introduction like we always do. We got a very special guest on today, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave it up to him.
Yeah, no problem. What's up, everybody? We back. Another special guest, on the agenda today. We have Mr. Marshall, aka Midwest Madness, aka Dynasty Vet. Dynasty Vet in the streets. Well, welcome, sir. How you doing?
Man, gentlemen, thank you. It is an honor and pleasure. Thank you, Nolan Kaleem, for inviting me. Didn't think I would be doing like I watched you all. I remember you all first started the podcast. I was kind of saying, "Oh, this is different. This is exciting." So I said, "I'm gonna definitely check it out." And then I started falling by the wayside. So, but then I did check you guys out, a few times. I know I saw when my homeboy Wolf was on here too. So Corey Wolf. So I think it's a great thing. I think it's something new and innovative, and I think it's going to be very successful. So, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No, I
Yeah,
appreciate that,
no,
man.
appreciate you jumping on.
Indeed,
All right,
indeed.
all right. So we're gonna just kind of get right into it. You know, I I'm completely new to this league, but we're kind of in the same boat. If you want to give out any kind of like fantasy football dynasty credentials that you have, and then from there you could just kind of talk about you know what. Let's go ahead and start there. Yeah, go ahead, shout out whatever all the credentials that you have. Why you think that you're gonna be top dog in this league?
Oh Lord, you put a heavy load on me, top dog in the league.
Mhm.
I don't want to be the busting on people's bubbles or nothing like that. But as far as man, with me with dynasty and with fantasy, just in general, I think I started the league off with my guys. Man, it's probably been over 20 some odd years just playing on Yahoo and stuff like that. And a lot of times we were just playing for pride. It wasn't for money, and that got boring quickly. So I started doing other things. And just recently, I had a homeboy who I've always played with, and he had introduced me to dynasty football, and he showed me some years ago, and I said, "Man, this looks real complicated. I don't know about this." And then ended up jumping into a league with him and the same kind of guys, the guys that we kind of grew up with, from our church groups and friend groups and stuff like that. And we played, and what I really enjoyed about it was more the GM aspect of it. It was like more of like the thinking, the understanding the process, the draft picks, the trade and stuff like that. It was more interactive because it wasn't just for one season; it was for a long term. So if that man got bit by the bug, bro, and then like I joined in like maybe 7 or 8 more leagues, and I think I joined another one this year, and they vary from dynasty with IDP with in the individual defensive players. I'm in one league that does Devi, which is developmental players. So you actually draft in college kids that will be coming into the league and kind of transfer. Oh yeah, it's
Mm.
crazy.
Whoa.
And you know what brought attention because I was listening to your podcast a few weeks ago when you were trying to get some extra 2007 draft picks to get your boy Jeremiah Smith, the monster. I drafted him in my little Debbie league, bro, in like when he was just freshman coming in, because I just did. No, I like to do the research on it, so I was like research. I really enjoy that. Just in the league with Kalim, we it's a yet another league or something like that. I just recently won that one. I actually joined that one, I think a year or two ago, and we had to do a supplemental draft. They had like 4 orphan teams drafted, didn't have no first round picks, but kind of built up a team, made trades and stuff like that. And it was just I won because of a cornerback who I picked off the waivers, not thinking like I was gonna win because the dude that I was playing against had a monster team. He had like Puka and some other folks. So, but ended up winning that league. That was my first year championship. I think I've been there for a few years. A few leagues where they do like the actual football teams, AFC, NFC. Went down to the wire with that with my Chicago Bears. That was my first year in the league. but it's like it was like all 32 teams. So it's wow, man. There's just so many variations of dynasty that you can do. Won a few championships. As soon as I win the championship, bro, I try to blow it up and sell people, get more draft picks, and redo it again. So that's kind of what I do. But I love it. It's more of a relaxing thing, and it gives me my football fix when it's not football season. That's yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Okay.
I love fantasy and dynasty.
We definitely got to circle back to that individual player development player.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's a wild way to play dynasty. That's straight up GM.
Yeah.
Man, it is so interesting. When I first joined, like I had the team I had was super trash. Made some moves or whatever. So in that league, yeah, we can definitely talk about that later. But man, like I got a good stack of running backs. Like I got Quinshawn, I got Henderson, I got Scatterboo, I got Monunga, I got and somebody else like, and these are people that I had to trade little picks to get them or whatever. But my wide
Mm-hmm.
receivers was trash, so end up trading for like when Justin Jefferson was doing horrible. Like I said, hey, I got this first if you want it, but then I had to trade 2 firsts for him. So and how I did that was a first from the draft that's coming up, and I had to trade a Devy first. So we get 2 rounds to draft our Devy player. So essentially I'm giving up a future pick and then a pick from the draft coming up. So, but it's cool though, man. It's definitely interesting and thought provoking, and really makes you got to do a lot of work, and then it's a lot of luck that comes with it as well too. Because there's a lot of cats I get. I was like, they out of there. So, yeah.
Okay. That sounds intense.
Yeah.
It can be, but it's not. It's a lot lighter than what you think it is because it's not like you have this huge roster. It's just still a basic roster, but it's the fact that like how can I draft for the future for someone that I might not know, and the thing is a lot of times you draft those people thinking that their value is going to go up, and then you trade them, get rid of them, and get you something that you need for right now if you're in a win now mode. So like if I was like in a win now mode, man, some of them cats would be getting traded. So I'm not kind of like in the middle way of it. So, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's more. I see more draft picks and stuff like that as assets, not necessarily as players that's gonna come in and dominate or whatever. It's more of an asset thing. Because trust me, you can trade them people, and then you can trade right back for them if you give up enough stuff for
That's wild. So I'm peeping your team here out. Did you have a question to ask him, Khalid?
No, really, you just kind of start diving into it. Really, the next thing I was kind of thinking, just the mentality. Obviously the credentials speak for itself. Multiple championships, all the dynasty avenues. Like I said, most of us are fairly newer. The Legal Wolf, we have another one like that. It's been
them. Nice.
maybe 5 years, I think, tops. I think that we
Oh, that's
into it.
good. That's a good time. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good time.
yeah. Um, But yeah, man, it's good to hear all of the different, versions of it. I didn't even think it go to that deep, even the 32 team and all of that.
Bro,
I just,
it's literally just like it's whatever you can think of. Like I was like in every year, people lose teams or orphan teams, or people just kind of get out, get frustrated with the process, and it's like I got offered to get in one league. They work on like a salary base with contracts and stuff. I was like, bro, that's insane to me. So I was like, I
yeah,
don't know about that. I wanted to be excited, but I don't want to really have to do no real work with it. So it's just
yeah.
like it's a
No, I
plethora,
get it.
bro. It's a plethora.
Yeah,
Definitely gotta find me one of those leagues. It sounds interesting. It sounds like
Hey,
something that
look,
I
if there's anything that you ever want to do, let me know because it's like the leagues I'm playing. There's always stuff coming up. For example, my son, he just joined because he was talking. I want to join, do something different with the fantasy stuff. And I was telling him about the league I'm in, but it's called Battle of the Gridiron. So it's like it's all the football team, AFC, NFC, and AFC teams can only trade and work with the AFC teams, and NFC the same way. So you got 2 sets of rosters, so everybody has the same type of players or whatever. But like you can't trade. Like I can't trade within that league to somebody else from the AFC. I only can trade with a like NFC team. So I was like, yeah, join because, like, at least if I beat you, you can't say I cheated you or something like that. So,
Oh, I got you. I got you.
yeah.
Mm.
That's
But no. I
so
pass it,
so
I figure, hey, you give a lot of information, but that's good. You know what I'm saying? Get some real insight. The Dynasty
right.
world. I know, Wolf had lightly
Yeah.
mentioned to me that you knew about, Dynasty. You've really been deep enthralled
Oh,
into it. So,
yeah, man. I've been grinding in it for a little bit. It's been fun. And it's really a super learning curve too. Like when you join other leagues and see how people that really like these like cats I play with, man, they probably been playing for like 20, 30 years. Like it's like old cats up in there, and they understand the process. They ain't afraid to make no trades. But what you learn is the value of the players, and also too, point systems are always different. But they tend to be like certain averages or whatever, and then you kind of see how the pros value it as opposed to how amateurs value, and you like, oh, I could make this little, and that's how you get your little trades that you might, people like, man, why would you trade for that? Then all of a sudden that person pop off, then you get rid of them, then they tanking. Like, it's like all those type of things. Like, these cats are looking at the weather reports, the GMs, who
yeah.
coming back, who leaving. Like, they looking at like all that stuff. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, I enjoy it, man. I think the competition is a lot higher in those types of leagues. So you learn a lot more from those guys.
Okay. Okay. So what was your strategy coming into this league? As far as like, what draft pick did you have by
I
chance?
had
Because you
the
got Jam-
second pick, and
oh
I, and
yeah.
and I thought I was going to get Bijan, and that did not happen.
Oh, right.
I
First pick
see.
was beat on.
Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
think I had the second pick in the draft.
Yeah, and you got Jamar Chase.
Yep.
So now with with what with what happened this past season, what's your strategy now going into? Oh, and you have two first round picks. All
Yeah.
right now. So so what's your strategy right now? Kind of going into this season compared to last season.
Yeah. So, well, I'll talk about the draft, what my draft strategy was, and then kind of how I ended up in that process and what is the strategy for this year. So, um, I do a lot of little practice mock drafts. I ain't gonna lie to you there. I do a gang of mock drafts prior to.
Okay.
So and this league is a little bit different because we have to select the defense as opposed to selecting defensive players.
Mhm.
So I didn't have to do a lot of research on that. But my goal was I thought I was gonna get Bijan because I just knew Jamar Chase was going one no matter what. And that didn't happen.
Mm.
I had to flip my whole strategy. But the thing is I did practice for that. I was like, okay, if I get Chase, I'm definitely trying to get Burrow. And the only reason why is because I like stacks. I like quarterback and wide receiver stacks because they tend to do very well. So that's kind of what my thinking was. I suffered on with the running backs and stuff like that, but it's like I figure like if I got that stack, I can kind of move around and see what happens. So I think I had on my team originally. I had him. I got I had what's the guy from Denver, the wide receiver, number one.
Oh,
Oh, Sutton. At the time, what Cortland Sutton at the
So,
time?
I had
Yeah.
Sutton and I had Bucky too. I had Bucky Irvin too, and Bucky kept getting hurt. And
I
so
got
when Burrow got hurt and Chase's numbers went down, and I started losing a lot of games, bro, I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen for me this year. So I put Bucky and a buddy on the trade block, and I got a few offers and I got a really good deal. So I said I'm gonna just take this because it's like I said I'm gonna end up tanking. And I said, well, at least I'll get the first pick in the draft, which that didn't happen because he Wolf and his old brainiac ideas with this little spin the ball draft.
you. That's
hey,
funny.
I mean, it's still, hey, that number one pick is on the table still. I've
Yeah,
been saying it.
Yeah.
I heard it was, brother. I heard it was. And we'll jump into that, I'm sure. I did
I feel
hear it
like
was.
I feel like nobody has really sent me a reasonable offer. They
Yeah,
because so here's the thing. here's my strategy when it comes to having the first pick. Either way, right? If I don't get the deal I want, I still have the first pick, and I'm
You
still
got
gonna
the first
grab
pick.
whoever I want to grab. So
Yep.
I'm in no desperation mode to just give up the first pick.
Yep.
If you want that first pick, what are you gonna give me for it? That's my
Yep.
whole take, and I feel like nobody has done that, and nobody has jumped on it because it like people make it seem like I'm like desperate to give up the first pick. I'm not.
Nah, I wouldn't be. And I'm gonna tell you honestly, I would make an offer, but I wouldn't do it now, and I wouldn't even take an offer right now because one, you want to see where that person gets drafted at. That's the
Yep.
main. It's like it depends on where they go. Because if they go somewhere that's trash, like if your boy Love go to Kansas City, that pick is worth a whole lot more than as opposed to him going to
The Jets.
the Saints, something like that. Because you're like,
Mhm.
man, he going to the Saints. They got Kamar there, they got ETN there, they got the dude they drafted 2 years ago, Miller, who's probably gonna be out the league, and then they just drafted Dean. I think that's his name a few years for last year in the draft. So they got a
Yeah.
Yeah.
plethora of running back. That becomes like a horrible situation. So it's like I think I wouldn't trade him personally until like till after the NFL draft or just to see kind of what people are offering. So I get that you spot on with that one because that would be my strategy. Let me tell you, in one of my leagues, I traded. This is when Marvin Harrison was coming out, which is the bummest trade of all time. But I traded like 1 year Puka Nakua and uh, Jonathan Taylor for the number one to get Harrison, and I think I got another piece that was a decent piece. And I was like, man, because I was like, I know Taylor getting old. He ended up having the best season ever. Puka is just become a monster. I did get, like I said, I get fleece. I got some back, but man, let me tell you, I traded Marvin Harrison in a number one in like a third round for Bijan in like a two or something like that. Because
Mm.
they wanted the wide receiver, and they was like, man, and then they wanted some extra first round picks because their team was getting trashed. So I was like, here you go. So
Oof.
able to
Mm.
make a deal on that. So it's like, man, I don't hold on to folks too long. I try to get rid of them fast. But like my strategy for this year now, honestly, because I did make a trade. I got two firsts this year, and I got two
Yep.
firsts next year, and I think I got
Yep.
an extra second this year. Man,
Yep.
I can't put all them people on my team, so I got to make some moves. So like my goal is to kind of see what I can get because I need running backs bad. My running backs are boo boo, but I could also use receivers and stuff like that. So but like, man, my goal is to trade them picks or to draft some folks that's young, that's probably up and coming. But I got to do some research. But most of the times, like I'm waiting to see where these people are going. So that's kind of the strategy for right now. But I'm always open to trade. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's like it has to make sense.
Mm.
That's and, that's what you know I've always I try to do like everybody knows like Lamar Jackson. At the moment
Yeah,
I put him on the trading block, everybody's like the trading block because in my the way I look at it is if somebody wants Lamar Jackson, they need to come get him.
yeah,
Because
I
I
agree.
drafted, I drafted two rookie quarterbacks, and I still got Stafford, and Stafford had a great year last year.
Ever
He
had
might
an
not,
amazing year.
yeah, he might not replicate it again, but I don't need Lamar Jackson in that sense. I got two rookie quarterbacks, or two, they're going to be two second year quarterbacks that might develop to be great. I mean, one of them he is in a great situation, and that's old buddy from the Saints. So
Tyler Shook.
yeah, so I feel
Mm.
Yo,
like
he's better than I thought he would be. I agree with that.
yeah, and that's I I kind of went out on a limb with him. So
Yeah,
hopefully he pans out. Cam Ward. I mean, Cam Ward can pan out. To be honest. So,
yeah.
and we we had said it earlier. The Titans could draft Jeremiah Love. Now, if they draft Jeremiah Love, I already have Cam Ward. I mean, hey, I might just
Yeah.
ride with that.
I would if that is that. And the thing is, it's like so. Like now, you're looking at because I think 27 is going to be a phenomenal year as far as with players and assets, and particularly not just in our type of league, but like like all like dynasty leagues with draft picks and like with defensive players and stuff like that. Like man, like it's going to be a phenomenal. It's going to be so many quarterbacks coming out. Running backs it's a plethora. Wide receivers are ridiculous.
Yeah,
And with
and we
Smith be that number one, like it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be you're gonna see some crazy trades. I'll tell you that.
we already saw some Kaleem. He already stacked up. He stacked up early.
Khalid, how many first you got?
I just got two, man. Just two. Mine and another one. Yeah, that's it. I just got one, man. Just two for right now.
I was like, man, that 27 is coming. I said, but at least if I get rid of these cats, I can get another first. I was definitely wanted 27. I didn't really care too much about this year. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I said I want 27 first. And if I get a deal, if I can't get like players who I want and people want that move up in that first round, I'm trying to get
Yeah.
some more 27. I ain't
Oh,
gonna
okay.
lie
I
to you.
got you. I got you. So what's your well, I know this draft year, I'm curious to see what's your thought process, who you eyeing or how you want to tackle this rookie, this rookie draft,
So
you got
so
any strategy ideas?
yeah, yeah. So this year, man, like I will say in our league, so I'm thinking I got two mindsets. I think all of us got like top four picks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I got the first pick. He got
Yeah,
he has the second pick.
I got second.
And see, I got four. So
Yeah.
um my thinking is like so I think in a few different ways. I'm feeling like I know Love is going first, whether Nolan pick him or somebody else draft him. He going
Hmm.
first. Then
Yeah.
it's them wide receivers. I like Tyson myself. Clay, I know you like what's your boy
Yeah,
USC
Makai.
crazy man?
Kai,
Yeah,
good old
Yeah,
Makai.
crazy, bro. And then
yeah.
I think the Ohio State kid, I think he's just I think he's just gonna be okay. But he's like the safest pick. And it's like, man, do I want to pick this dude? But I would say I would definitely have to get a wide receiver because I can always use a young, good wide receiver. So like I'm thinking wide. So my next thought process is wide receiver, and for my next pick, either best player available, which I'm hoping it would be a running back, but it might not be. It might be like I don't know, or even
Yeah.
tight end. I like Sadiq though from
Yeah.
Man,
Oregon. I love that dude. And
I'm
see, like,
I'm glad you
I,
I'm glad you brought him up. Did
bro,
you hear one of the mock drafts, or I guess a lot of rumblings around is saying that Kansas City might draft him
if Kansas City draft him, he gonna shoot up. He probably be a top 5 prospect easily.
Yeah.
because
Because
they're
boys
saying
walk.
that yeah
Yeah.
they're trying to make way. They're doing that transition for Travis Kelce.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
why he signed that 1 year deal. So that's what everybody. The moment he signed that 1 year deal, people were speculating if they can't get Bain, which they really want. That they want Ruben Bain, they're gonna go with uh, old buddy from Oregon. So because they're trying to. So for if they get Bain, he's gonna kind of replace Chris Jones, not in that interior lineman sense,
Hmm.
in that defensive presence sense. So they're saying
Gotcha.
if they could get Bain, they'll go ahead and get him. If not, it's going to be a tight end from a tight end from Oregon. So
Wow.
yeah, I just saw it a couple days ago. I was like, whoa. I'm like, hold
And you
on
know what?
now.
I feel like if he goes to that offense with that quarterback, he will be what everybody assumed Kyle Pitts would be, and
Mm.
Yep.
and he'll be like a better version of Vernon Davis because he's on a team that's winning and like because I think Vernon Davis ran like a 4.2 or 4.40 playing tight
Yeah.
end for San Francisco. He was a
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I do like, and the thing is like, so my thing with the tight end before, man, I didn't pay attention to no tight ends till Colson Loveland came to the league, and man, even like I had a chance to draft Harold Fannin in a few drafts. I said, man, this dude is gonna be trash. Get out of here. That man was
Yeah.
killing.
Yeah, man. He
So I
been
was
he
like, man,
been he been
if
balling.
I get me a tight end like that, like I'm gonna try to scoop up one because I think let me see who I even got at tight end.
Yeah.
I
Who's
got
old
Johnson.
buddy?
I got Johnson. And I think I got Kittle.
Okay,
John,
yeah, you do have
yeah,
George Kittle.
Hmm.
yeah. I got Kittle, I got him, who might do something, who might not, but and then I got Johnson, I think that man is old. He should be retiring. So, and then Kittle, he had that bad injury. I was like,
Right, right.
He's
shoot,
he's been injured every year.
And
every
getting up in
year,
age,
bro.
getting up in age and all that stuff too. It get tricky, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize how old he was. And you know what happens is a lot of times people that have, because I think I remember one league I traded for him. I said, yeah, I got Kittle. And the other dude was like, he was kind of happy to give it. I was like, man, why is this dude happy about this trade? And then,
Hmm.
it's just like when you had him for so long, you see that injury and you know what he's done for you, what he has. It's like
Yeah,
sometimes it's kind of cool. It's like, okay, I got to get rid of these dudes. But like, even this year, like, it was some bad tight ends. Like, Laporta got injured, I think. Cat from the
yeah,
Green Draft got injured. Like, he wasn't
Yeah,
even.
I got Laporta. Yeah, trust me.
Oh,
That
okay.
was that
Man,
that that took a hit. I had to shuffle. I think I had what is it? A tight end committee. I had
oh
to shuffle
yeah.
people around.
And I hate that because it's like, man, you trying to pick between who you think gonna do the best and who the matchup
yeah.
is, and sometimes you are wrong.
Right. So I'm curious. I'm curious, Marshall. You got to be in the fourth pick. Is there any situation where that's too high of a pick and your guy gone, or you cool with any of those receivers that's right there? So if it's not your boy
Man,
Tyson,
honestly, yeah, I'm cool with any of the wide receivers. I would love if Tyson failed, I would grab him in a heartbeat. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I just like I say, I Limpin I like because he reminds me of Amon Ra. I just don't know what the situation is because he's not no punk. Because I think Amon Ra went to USC, didn't he? I think so.
oh
Yeah.
yep, yep,
So he has that. He has that. He reminds me of him a lot, and so like in the right offense, that could be dangerous because he playing in the slot. He's strong enough, I believe, to play on the outside, not often, but that slot receiver would be good. Like, but I think Tyson is a true like alpha. Even with the injury history, that's the only thing because we all thought Christian Watson was that same person too, which he can
yeah,
be, but
right,
them
right.
injuries just like, uh. But yeah, I would
Calculation.
love it because I don't see a running back like I think Prince is the next guy they talking about. Like I wouldn't
Yeah,
take him over Tyson, or I wouldn't take him over none of those wide receivers at all.
gotcha. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we actually talked about uh RB2 from Notre Dame.
Yeah, he
He's
looked nice, but it's like, bro,
he's starting to catch wind.
Yeah.
I just don't believe that he is like a every down type of back. He
Mm-hmm.
he looks the part, but like his base is not strong. Like his upper body is huge. His base isn't strong.
I got you.
Yeah, I,
So so I'm looking at the picks. Didn't realize, of course, you got four, and then you have nine too from this year.
I got nine this year, and then whatever happens next year. So I think I traded with I think his name's Donnie the Great or something like that.
Hmm.
Let me look.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
My
Yeah, I see
goal. I'm
that.
hoping that he's terrible next year.
Okay, I got you. Understood.
It and it can happen.
It can happen. It can happen year by year. But man, like this shit, like I knew I was gonna suck. So like I'm looking at my roster now. Like I knew my running backs were not gonna be good. So this is what my thinking was when I drafted. I drafted Benson because I said, oh, he should be taking over a start in Arizona, but no problem. J.K. just is a reliable person, but I know he's gonna be injured regardless. And Bigsby, I thought he was gonna stay in Jacksonville, and ET was gonna be going. He was gonna be the number one, and they ended up trading him. So it's like, man, so my running backs are trash. Like that's what I
Mm,
know I need. But I probably have to make a trade or something like that to get a decent. I just need one probably because if I'm
mhm.
drafting, I should be okay. And sometimes you
I
can get
got
away with like just a okay guy. Like in one league, I had I had ETN and Hall and stuff like because nobody wanted them. I was offering like some decent picks for them, and they did well, but they didn't do as good as they could. But people fail to realize like sometimes them guys that's the only option on the team, they're gonna end up doing well even if the team is trash.
you. Yeah. No, I get that. So,
Yeah,
so with that having 4 and 9, of course, you saying you picking receivers. So that's one of the top three
for
receivers.
sure.
Let's go without saying. And then for pick 9, what at least position, even if you don't want to say if you got some gems in your head, or do you feel like you'll trade
If
out of that pick, or you know what position you gonna go with?
so, like I say, if it really like if that tight end's still there, I'm grabbing up your boy. I'm grabbing him in a
Okay,
heartbeat. I
okay,
ain't gonna lie to you.
okay.
Because it's like I know that's an area of need and weakness, and I feel like he would be the best person available. If not, like, well, I would honestly probably trade out or try to trade for something for next year. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason is because like it's only so many spots on the squad, and I'm trying to think. My goal also too is thinking like if this person I'm drafting, is he going to be able to take somebody else's spot that's on my squad that I could just get rid of? And more
Mm-hmm.
than likely that happens because it's like I got some B players. It's like yeah, big deal. I can get rid of this person. Isaiah Bond, like I thought he might break out. I don't think that's gonna happen. Orton, I like, but they just picked up somebody in Seattle, so I was like, and he was supposed to be really good, so I can get rid of tight ends and stuff like that. So like, I think I would probably do something like that. The goal is probably to, if I have to, just trade out, because somebody might want that trade, somebody might be willing to offer something, or somebody like there is a player that they really want. Like I'm always
Mm-hmm.
open to a trade, but like I would never say like I'm locked into a pick because it's like sometimes you can get some what you really need, not necessarily, and it don't necessarily have to be a rookie or whatever. But I like to have the capital just in case.
That
Right.
makes sense. Gotta have them options open.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, that's
but like,
that's
bro, if there's another wide receiver there and the tight end ain't there, I'm probably drafting another wide receiver because it's like I love running backs. I don't love the running backs in this draft. Besides Love, that's the only person I like. Okay, I'm taking him. But other than that, no, man.
old buddy from Texas A&M could be available. What Casey Concepcion?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Concepcion. So
Uh-huh.
what about him? He reminds me of like maybe like a Tank Dell or even like the dude that Kansas City drafted, like those real skinny fast guys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Brady.
Yes, is just like I just don't trust their durability. I would rather have Denzel Boston because I
Oh,
know
okay.
he's more durable. I would rather
Mm,
do Denzel Boston because he reminds
I
me
see.
like a Fitzgerald type.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
I know
see.
he's all in the end zone because he a monster.
Yeah.
So like yeah, like I would probably be more like if it fell like if I was at like if I would say my ultimate draft would be if I'm still drafting at 4 and 9, I want to get a wide receiver, the best one available, and then at 9 I would want a tight end. But if that tight end is available, which might not happen, I'm gonna probably reinvest in wide receiver again as well too. It's just that these running backs, man, I don't all these running backs I see would be like second and third round kind of cats.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do have an off the wall question. When
Shoot.
when or or do you think Fernando Mendoza is gonna go in like Dynasty League? I mean, especially within our league at least, because I mean,
And Ali,
I don't know. I don't know anyone yet who really needs a quarterback, but I'm just curious to get your take on when you think or if you think he's gonna go.
I honestly, and so this is always my thing with quarterbacks, particularly in one quarterback leagues. They don't go fast and high, whatever.
Mm.
I honestly think there's always one truther who like, man, I don't really like this person. I like this person. Let me grab this quarterback. I definitely believe he's going in the first round. I don't believe he's going earlier than 10, like
Really?
10, 11, 12, somewhere up in there. And the reason I say that is because more than likely the people that are down picking that low won the league or were in the playoffs, and they probably have an older quarterback, and they might like, well, shoot, at least I'll get this guy to to supplement for the following year or whatever. I think Mendoza's gonna be good. He reminds me of like a Tom Brady type, real smart. He's an older cat too, so he's not gonna be nervous coming to the league. Kirk Cousins is trash, but be a good mentor. So Kirk
Mm.
Cousins probably start off, and then by week 3, Mendoza's gonna take over. So, but he's not a cat that's gonna win you your league. But you don't want that dude dropping to the 4th round and somebody pick him up for peanuts. Like,
Um,
Right. That's I was just thinking that. I was thinking like, man, like who's gonna go after, a Mendoza? Because I know you
True.
said he reminds you of Tom Brady. He actually he reminds me more of an Andrew Luck.
Andrew, oh my gosh. Could you imagine just letting Andrew Luck fall?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
that's who Mendoza kind of reminds me of. Just like that, he is smart. He is older. You know,
Yeah.
he's not going to rush himself. I feel like he's not going to try to do too much right now,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but he has the
I believe,
capability to do a lot. So,
and you know what I also think too is a person who, if they're not drafted high, a person who would draft Mendoza would be someone who has a star player that's associated with Mendoza. For example, like Ashton Genty or
ooh, ooh,
Brock Bowles. Because it's like, think about this: you got Brock and you got Mendoza. If Brock is killing, like, who throwing him the ball? The person gotta be getting some points too. So like I say, I'm a big stack person. Like, man, I like to stack as much as possible with receivers and quarterbacks. Not so much with running backs, but with Genty, he's a little bit different because he does a lot of receiving work. So that's kind of what I ended up. That in the Devy League, that's who I got. I got Genty my first year. I got Genty, and I got Smith. And I was trying to get Hampton, but nobody would make no more trades. So yeah,
That's decent. Yeah, Mendoza. I don't know. I don't in this league. If I had to say, I don't know what you was thinking, Nolan, with Mendoza. At the very latest, would be early second round. But even then, like I said, Marshall, that
I
makes
could
sense.
definitely see
Probably
that.
late first. Yeah.
Yeah, I could
Um.
definitely see that, and I could definitely see that. I don't think he would be still there in high in the second round. I definitely could see that because at the end of the day, like,
Yeah.
he's still a talented player that
Yeah.
can get you
Yeah.
some points.
Yeah.
And you know what happened to me this year, like with the whole Joe Burrow situation. Think about this: I had three quarterbacks on my roster, and two of them
Mm-hmm.
were hurt. Joe Burrow got hurt, and then Daniel Jones got hurt, and so now I'm stuck with I don't know if I made a trade or picked up uh Buddy Lawrence, Trevor Lawrence, but like,
Mm-hmm.
you need quarterbacks. You need extra of everybody in this league because it's not like sometimes those cats they last all league, but look, even your boy Lamar went down. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yep. Oh no, trust me, I know him getting hurt. I was like, well, I
yeah.
guess that's my season.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess that
I like having an old guy, a young guy, and a new guy. I think they all kind of mesh well together.
make a mix. No, that makes sense.
I think in one of my leagues I had it's a team I took over, and I took over because they had Jaden Daniels. But I'm always leery about Jaden because I said, man, I know he gonna get injured. So I think I ended up making a trade in that league for like Sam Darnold, and I offered like maybe like a second or something. Darnold was doing decent, but he wasn't doing like superb. And then
Mm-hmm.
I had like Stafford as well too. So I was like, man, just in case, because you just never know. And then bye weeks happen and stuff like that. So like, I did very well in that league. I think I came in maybe second or third place in that league, and it's a huge one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. I think 'cause, just watching um Sports Center and all that, them how they're talking about not necessarily Mendoza, but just who's going to be the quarterback after him. I but then I
Yeah.
start thinking, like what and I was just looking to see like who would even go after Mendoza because everybody right now has a a pretty solid quarterback. And
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like nobody has nobody has an older quarter. I think I have probably the oldest quarterback in Stafford, but I
yeah,
also have Lamar Jackson. So it's like Stafford is not a starter. So out of all the starting quarterbacks,
hmm
and I don't see Wolf grabbing Mendoza because he has Genty. Um,
yeah.
I don't see who's this Lights Kamara Action grabbing Mendoza because he has Caleb Williams. So
Who are
like
his
I
up?
don't.
So think about this too. Now, a lot of times, so let's say for example, I'm picking like 10 or 11 or 12 or whatever, and I only say that because it's like these people already played in the playoffs. They should have still solid teams or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And my thinking is this: So I'm not thinking about what's happening right now. I'm thinking about it is football season. Let's say I'm thinking like, okay, cool. I know later on in the year I'm probably gonna need another wide receiver or somebody gonna get hurt or whatever. I'm gonna draft Mendoza. I don't care what he do. He can sit on the bench forever. And then you about to make a playoff push and your quarterback get hurt and your other quarterback is trash and Mendoza's doing halfway decent. You go like, hey man, what you want from Mendoza, man? Like I give you a second. He like, oh man, I don't know about that. If you give me a second in this player, somebody that I need or somebody I know that will have some value. A lot of times when you draft and draft pick, man, I could care less if they play. It's the value increase that you get from them because
Okay.
you got to really be thinking like, man, like because eventually you're gonna need something, and you might have a lot of because like man, like in my league, bro, this one league I was in, I swear I had Daniel Jones, I had Justin Fields, and I had another quarterback, and I can't remember. It was probably decent. Both of them cats got hurt. And I was like, then the quarterback I had was on bye. There was no one on the waivers. I had to make a trade just to get a decent quarterback. So like, and the thing is, like, people be knowing that let me tell you, these cats that play football, fantasy football for real, and for years, and been through some experience, they know like, yeah, this cat somebody gonna need this quarterback eventually.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's more strategy.
that's a good
Especially if
strategy to have.
if your roster's tight and you don't really necessarily need something and you're not able to trade out because like my first thing would be, hey, let me trade back or trade for something that I can use and somebody else might want this. And if I can't do that and I can't get no future pick, man, I might as well just draft this cat because I see people do that all the time. I'm like, man, why are they drafting this dude? And then all of a sudden, people quarterbacks are they making crazy trades with cats like you like ain't no way, but you need a body because if you don't get, it's better to have some points than no points.
That's true.
Quarterbacks, yeah.
That is a yeah. That is a true statement.
Quarterbacks is a scarcity position too, so I get it. You know, it
It
ain't like a
it
bunch of running
is. It
backs, a bunch of
truly is. And
receivers. You can kind of move and shake a little
yep.
bit, but your quarterback go down. It's just 32 teams, 32 QB. You know, that's really where it stopped. 10, 12 team leagues, a couple quarterbacks, they all
Yeah.
go. You know, I get it.
Yeah. And once they gone, they gone. And the thing is, like, it's different for us because in a one QB league, you can kind of get away with it, like with one or two. But like the people that play Superflex, which I don't understand, but man,
Oh,
those
I love
Superflex
Superflex.
quarterback, man,
Yeah,
I've never played, and I was like, man, this seems hard as hell because like two quarterbacks at the same time, golly.
Let me
yeah.
tell you, it changes your whole draft strategy. But I love Superflex.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought joining this dynasty league that we had a Superflex, and I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, I know for a fact who I'm drafting back to back, right? It would,
Bro,
but then it wasn't.
I didn't realize you because you were talking on the show I saw. I didn't realize you had drafted Lamar, and I was like, man, who the hell drafted Lamar this high? Like they crazy. But then when you did that, like I was like, oh shoot, I got to get Burrow because
Fire
I said
sale.
let me get Bucky,
Yeah.
and then I put Burrow right after that because I had to turn. I was like, bro, I need a quarterback because I was like, oh, I'll be able to wait for a quarterback or whatever. Man, you start saying reaction because I was like, man, there's nowhere in the world nobody drafted Lamar this early.
So if you so all my buddies and because like since this is my first dynasty, like I was drafting like I was doing redraft. So in all of my in every single redraft though, if you ask any of my buddies, man, they'll tell you I'm the first person. Like if I know if one also two if it's a player that I genuinely want and I don't want to
Mm,
risk it, I'm gonna
I
draft
got
that player. But
I got that.
it's but for me, it's always been a quarterback. Like if it's a quarterback that I know for a fact that I want, especially if I already drafted the wide receiver, the running back that I want, whatever. If that quarterback is available second round, I'm
Mm-hmm.
drafting him.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy is it never fails. In my head, I was like, when I was doing the draft for this dynasty league, I was like, I wonder how many quarterbacks are gonna go after I draft Lamar Jackson. The moment I picked up Lamar Jackson,
There
everybody
you
went
go.
crazy.
Yep.
They were like, wait a minute, hold on,
You
hold on.
had
Is this
to.
what we're doing now? Is this what? Because to me, to to me, right, the way I see it is like, if you're gonna stick to your strategy then, and that's cool. Like but like I I could tell when somebody when somebody doesn't want to draft a quarterback and they feel like they have to right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can see it. Because I
Because
think even with me, like,
could you imagine if I got Lamar Jackson and then it came back around, and if Josh Allen was available, I'd have drafted Josh Allen.
Yeah, see.
I can see it. And the thing is the only reason why you do that is like, okay, I can't get this top notch wide receiver or top notch running back. But guess what? I'm gonna pick up this dude, so y'all ain't gonna get him, and somebody gonna have to make me a trade.
Somebody
That's
go
my
want
thing.
him. So a part of me was banking on everybody sticking to their strategy and being like, nope, I don't need a quarterback, because I was gonna be like, all right, cool. I mean, and you know, this is kind of a trade secret, kind of a first time reveal, right? In all reality, let's just say I got Lamar Jackson. Let's say I got Josh Allen. If there was another top quarterback, I would have drafted him again. Three. I would have went 3 rounds back to back drafting quarterbacks.
They were like, what's
You
going
would
on?
have fleeced there because I'm thinking like this dude gonna have to give up. He gonna have to give up on these quarterbacks. He can't play them all, so you gonna have to
And
get.
you're right.
And look,
I I
I'm gonna
can't
take
play
your
them all,
cheapest one. So
but
yeah,
somebody gonna
I
want them.
get it though. I get it though. Like that's why I like to either pick at the. I hate picking in the middle of the draft. I like picking in the beginning of the drafts or towards the end of the drafts. I love picking at 12. I ain't gonna lie to you because it's like okay, all my other options are going. It's kind of it makes it the picking process much simpler. Like I know people that I think most of the people that maybe went to the playoffs were probably picking towards the end of the draft
Yeah.
because it's like you were able to like kind of just double up on two really good players and like when you just don't know. But like my strategy, like once I got Jamar Chase, I knew I had to get Joe Burrow. That's what I was thinking in no uncertain terms. And I said, okay, if I catch one of these, I said, oh, Bucky gonna be the starter. He gonna be killing. I said, I got to get him. And I said, I knew he should be there. But when you drafted that quarterback, I was like, God, really, my whole strategies kind of went out the window. I said, I got to make some changes. So it's like, okay, let me do this, do this, do this. I appreciate it, though. It's always good to have that outlier because it's like, if it goes just as planned, it probably ain't going to be fun.
Yeah,
Nope. And
right. Gotta have some sure
but
bets.
like it's like I said, like I figured if I get Lamar Jackson, I mean he also runs too. So I was like, okay, cool, do it there. But in my head, I couldn't imagine not drafting a quarterback and then getting down to the wire and just having to pick up some random quarterback and just be like, this isn't even the dude that I wanted. So
I,
I
honestly,
I'm always real big on that.
yeah, honestly, though, my strategy is to draft, in all honesty, just top notch players, wide receiver, running back, wide receiver, running back. If I can get a tight end, that's cool. But like, I don't like drafting quarterbacks before the fifth or sixth round, to be honest. But when you,
A
like I
lot of
said,
people
when you
don't.
drafted Lamar, that kind of had to change because like I wasn't planning on picking up no quarterback no time soon. But I was like, man, the run didn't happen, so it's like, okay, you got to make that change.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, like a lot of times, like because I feel like you can get away like for example, this year you could have got away with Sam Darnold,
All right.
buddy from Detroit. You could have got away with him. He was decent. Um,
Mhm.
it was like some people like you could still win a league. You don't necessarily have to have the best of the best. I love Josh Allen, but it's like man, you don't necessarily have to have him. But once you get him, you're gonna suffer somewhere else. Like I need multi of the same type of people, wide receivers and running backs.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to find where when I drafted Lamar because I can't
It was the
remember.
second round, I'm sure.
Second. No, you did the second on the turn, I think you did.
It
Yeah,
was
it was.
it was the second round.
Yeah, you did.
I remember
I
that because
think you did.
it changed the whole dynamic.
Or was it? Now I'm wondering, did he do first? Wait, now I'm wondering. Hold on.
No, 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 no. He wasn't first because I drafted St. Brown first.
Oh, right. Of course.
No, so
So yeah, it
it
was
was the second
second.
round.
It was second. Yeah.
It was definitely second because you had a
Yeah.
later
So
pick, right, in the draft,
yeah,
like
I had a later.
Second.
I think I had like pick
Like
11.
10,
I
I
think
think. Maybe?
10 or 11. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had a later round pick, but like in my head, I was just like, man, I don't know if Lamar Jackson's gonna be around by time my pick comes back around.
Mm.
yeah.
No, that makes
So
sense.
I couldn't risk it.
Because
I couldn't
honestly,
risk it.
if I was picking what you was picking, I'm thinking honestly, I'm thinking either two really good running backs, or a really good wide receiver, really good running back, or two really good wide receivers. I wouldn't even be thinking quarterback because I'm thinking like, oh, I can get away with somebody, later on. But man, Lamar, I think with him being a dual threat, him and like Josh Allen being dual threats, it makes sense. Don't get me wrong, but I think as he gets older, I don't believe he's going to be running as much because we saw what
Mm.
happened this year.
I
Lamar
know,
cost Lamar cost me some games in my league. I got Lamar as my quarterback, and I traded for him. I was like,
yeah,
no,
him getting hurt also kind of hurt the trade stock too, because that's
yeah,
a part
yeah,
of my plan. In all honesty, was to draft him, and that's why I drafted Cam Ward and Tyler Shuck, because I was like, I'm not trying to hold on to Lamar Jackson that long. If I
yeah.
could get what I got to get out of him, I'm gonna get what I got to get out of him, and I have two other quarterbacks that I'll be all right with,
Mm.
and luckily getting Stafford was he was that bridge when he got hurt. So
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's very fortunate because it's like, man, it's hard with because the thing is like if you didn't get him there, would he have rolled back around at the end of the third? Probably not, but it is a
Yeah.
possibility. Or you would have been able to get one of those other quarterbacks. I know Josh Allen will be going because it's like there's those truthers like they really want certain people, certain quarterbacks, and if that's your truth, that's your truth because it's like we didn't draft no Josh Allen wide receiver probably to the 8th and ninth round, if that.
yeah, and then
So
who was it? What's his name? Hold on. Uh, Atrocious Lemon.
Mhm.
He's a Lamar Jackson fan. I think a part of me honestly was like that. I know he's gonna want to draft Lamar Jackson, so I'm gonna get him before he does.
Hey,
Mhm.
look, and I respect that because it's that's another part of knowing your league mates and stuff like that. So like stuff like
Yeah.
this is cool because you know how they think and what they look for. Because I know like what's the name was saying like George Pickens is like his favorite person. I'm like George
Favorite,
Pickens, what the hell?
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
favorite
Knicks.
player.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
I had a league where I tried to give George Pickens away from a second round pick to a third round pick. No one would take him. I was like,
That's
man, this dude
crazy.
is
See?
trash. And then he ended up getting all the money. Then also I'm getting all hey man, you want to? Nope, nah, no. I need this dude here. And I kept him too. I'm trying to trade him now because I'm trying to get some picks. But like, bro,
Yeah.
like I tried to give him away last year, and it
That's
That's
was
so
it
crazy.
was
crazy.
yeah
That's what Dynasty, man, make it so fun because you got to catch them on the
yeah
uptick. He's like, do I hold them? You
yep.
know what I'm saying? Did they break out? Or he's like, dang, I could have just, I sold them for pennies on the dollar. I could have had them. You know what I'm saying?
Hit pennies.
Bro, in one of my leagues. So let me tell you about this league. This is when we started with my guys. When it was our first, everybody's first like true dynasty experience. And I think we've been going for maybe 3 or 4 years or whatever. So something like that. But like, so my first year I won the championship. Had I picked up Puka off of waivers. I think I had Gibbs too. And then I had like Jonathan Taylor, whatever. Do you realize I traded all them boys to get like draft picks and stuff like that? So, because I was like, man, I won this year. Are these dudes gonna still be good? I'd be terrified of running backs. I feel like they're gonna get hurt the next year.
Mm.
So I traded Gibbs. I traded to Wolf. I traded Gibbs to Wolf. He got Gibbs. I forgot what he got. He wasn't like a bad deal. I think I got like Garrett Wilson or something like that from him. So I traded
Mm.
running back for wide receiver because I think that's when Aaron Rodgers went to the Jets. I think like, oh man, he gonna kill this year. And then I traded. I think I traded one of my guys. I gave him 2 firsts for Brees Hall. So I ended up getting Brees Hall. I had
Okay.
Josh Allen. I took him away, got Lamar, and got some picks and stuff like that. But like once I won that championship, bro, I was thinking like, man, these dudes, I'm not gonna be able to win with these same dudes 2 years in a row. Let me trade them while they high, get some picks, get some other stuff, and get some people that are comparable. They probably not putting up the same type of numbers. And I did decent. Like, don't get me wrong. Like the next year, I made the playoffs, but I didn't go all the way. I got knocked out in the first round. In the second year, I went to the semifinals and got knocked out. And so this year I'm thinking like, okay, I should be back to where I want to be at and fight for that championship. But bro, like I got rid of folks quickly. But in that, I think with that, I ended up getting like Marvin Harrison. I had Roman Doomsday. I had I think I got Brees Hall was a part of that. So I was trying to play those dudes where they got a better quarterback, it should get better, and that type of thing. I'm looking at the future. They just do Brees Hall so wrong. And Wilson got hurt. He been hurt like 2 years in a row. And with Justin Fields, when Justin Fields took over as quarterback, I was highly upset because I said this is going to be terrible. So yeah, we'll see. But like I be trying to play that long game, but like once I won, man, I was like, yeah, let me do something different. See what's up. But yeah, I'll make a trade in a heartbeat, man.
Yeah, I feel like he's on that long game as well. He's definitely he's a mastermind when it comes to strategy. I've come to
Man,
find out. I'm like, man, this dude's making deals, from afar. I'm like, I didn't even think about that.
tell Khalil to
Mm-hmm.
make me a trade for Saquon Barkley. Them bums put up a trade thing for, man, we trying to get rid of Saquon. When Wolf jumped in the league I was in, they ain't answered no trade request, no nothing. Get him out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that other league. Yep. Very so no, that's funny, man.
All right. Well, any other parting words of wisdom, or actually, you know what? You already said who you were thinking about drafting if he was still available, right? It was
Yeah,
Tyson.
Tyson. I like Tyson, bro. I like
Okay,
Tyson.
so let's say Tyson's off the board at pick 3 because you have pick 4. Uh,
Yeah.
would Tate be the next move?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I'll take either
Oh,
one of them. Because I know
okay. So,
that too, so I can't
oh
get
yeah,
him.
we all know that he's
Yeah.
tied with him.
But no, like I said, I would prefer Tyson. I just feel like he is more like he has that dog in him. He's like real hungry. Tate looks like, he looks like another Ohio State wide receiver, like, good, do the part, whatever. But there wasn't like a struggle there. Like I like Jordan Tyson because it was a struggle. So
Okay,
I do like him. That would be my favorite. And if not, and it's like, okay, let me do some more research because, like I say, if the tight end, if he go to Kansas City, shoot, man, at 4, that wouldn't be a stretch at all.
Woo.
It really like landing spots make a huge difference.
Mm.
Okay,
That's the only thing
okay.
with that Devy stuff. When I play that Devy, we drafting cats. Like you can draft talented players, but it's like, man, where are they gonna get drafted to? When are they gonna come out? Sometimes them cats are there, like, man, I ain't coming out now. I'm gonna stay back another year to get that NIL money. But like,
Right.
bro, it's like I don't have an issue with any 3 of those wide receivers I'm taking unless I get a deal. Let's say somebody offered me a halfway decent wide receiver and a pick or something like that. I'll be willing to move off of that as well too, because it's like it's something that I need. Generally, when I'm offering trades to folks, man, I'm generally looking at people's rosters like, okay, what's something that I have that you might need, and what's something that you might have that I need, that type of deal. So it's like nobody trying to just trade like no bum trades and stuff like that. Now, when I was younger, I used to do some bogus ass trades. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now I got older, it's like you got to be right with these trades.
Yeah.
So what type of wide receiver are you looking for?
So for me, like, I got Jamar Chase, I got Wandale Robinson, who actually might be decent this year because he in Tennessee. Then I got J
Yeah.
Mo in Detroit. So I would probably be looking for like another number one, like a true number one. But I know I would have to give up something else to get that because a draft pick alone wouldn't do that for just a real number one. So, but like unless like for example, I got this one cat I'm in the league with. Let me tell you all his wide receivers. He got CD, he got Justin, he got BTJ, he just drafted dude from the Panthers. Like this dude, I said, and he got George Pickens. I was like, bro,
Jeez.
your running back room is trash. Let's make this trade. I need a wide receiver.
Right.
Oh no! And then one time he offered me. I had Henderson. I had Travion Henderson. And I was like, bro, this is before Travion broke out. I said, man, I'll trade you him for like a second and Higgins from Houston, the rookie.
Mm-hmm.
He was, man, know about that. I don't think I can do that trade. That ain't a good trade. I was doing like a third or something like that. Say no, I don't think I'm gonna just wait, blah blah blah. And then Travion broke out that next game, put up like 30 points or something like that. Then all of a sudden I said, bro, the price went up. I can't give you that same deal.
You can't.
I can't. And I would have
It's
been
not a
sick, but
game.
it's like, man, I tried to because I was like, I needed another wire, like I wanted another one, number one, and he got like 5 or 6. And the thing, it's a league where you can only start, I won't say 3 wide receivers, so I can understand having 4 of them that are really really good. The other ones, you like, yeah, these are actually pieces. So that's like when if you were thinking, so think about this, if you was drafting, like, man, this dude is good, I gotta take him. Like that's when you draft these cats, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna trade this person for something that I might need later. Because the thing is, if you got a top notch wide receiver and I got a decent running back, I'm willing to give that running back and some plus because I know that this dude, one, he's not going to be hurt often because he's a wide receiver. He's going to get some points. He's getting so much target share. Like it makes sense to like I'll overpay, and I've been using trade calculators and stuff like that just to make sure everything is on point. But like it ain't the gospel though. You kind of do what you want to do as well too.
Yeah, no, that's good, man. That's definitely some good stuff.
I
We got
appreciate it.
some deep
Appreciate it.
dives and conversations.
But I
For
think I'm gonna
sure.
be offering Nolan some trade suggestions when whenever I find love going. So man, I
I
took
mean,
over
hey,
a team, bro. I took over a team in this league. It's called the Empire League. I don't know if that means anything different, but dude, the guy had, and the only reason why I took it over, the team was trash. So I like the challenge, but he had the number one pick in the draft. I was like, oh shoot, at least I know I'm getting a good running back. Other than that, like I think he got 2 first-round picks. So it's in that league, it's a little bit different because you're able to do some other things and making trades, but you also need defensive players as well too. So having a top 10 linebacker is just like having a number one running back. It's all about this. That's a totally different strategy when you think about it like that.
okay. Never, never thought about that at all. That's definitely
it's,
some
it's
some new insight. But
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap this thing up unless you have something, Kaleem.
No, I figured, yeah, we could do the wrap up. No, we good.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end it there. Definitely appreciate you jumping on. Appreciate all the insight. It's probably one of the
Yes.
most insightful episodes that we've had. Definitely opened up my eyes at least to like beyond redraft because I mean, for me, dynasty is like whoa, but not
Yeah,
you talking about developmental. You talk about this that hey, I'm all for it. So I
yes, sir.
definitely
Yes.
appreciate you jumping on. Any last shout outs you got? Go ahead, give it out now. Let the people know.
Man, I just thank you all for allowing me to come on to your podcast and your platform. And I've never done anything like this before, so it's a pleasure to be here and just be able to talk about something with me. And for one thing, just like so, a lot of times we don't have those outlets and stuff like that. So like, this is good for my mental health. It's good for relaxation. It's good to like, hey, be able to talk to people that are highly intelligent and understand what's going on in the world. So I just appreciate this outlet because without this, sometimes we just be sitting at home trapped, bro, and we don't know what's wrong. Like this is good for us as just as men in general. So I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you all are doing this, and I continue with success. And if I can jump on again, I'll be willing to jump on again. So I just got to get permission from my wife first. That's
All right. You good, man.
I dig it. I dig it.
No, we appreciate you, though. Appreciate you coming on, Marshall, though, for sure. There's definitely been a pleasure,
for
doing
sure, for
this, for
sure.
sure. We got to get something to keep it going.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Until
Yep.
next
All right.
time.
Yes, sir. Yep. And appreciate everyone tuning in, everyone listening, everyone watching. We definitely appreciate y'all. More episodes to come. Obviously, we're definitely getting into the weeds of it all. Yeah, y'all go strap in. We'll get this thing rolling. As always, like I said, appreciate everyone. We're about to sign off. Any last words, Kaleem?
No, man, appreciate you again, Marshall. It's been a pleasure. Just stay on with us. Just hold off. As we do the close out, do some little wrap ups. But thanks again, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Peace, everyone.